My beloved child. There are moments in life that arrive quietly. They do not announce themselves with noise. They do not demand attention. Yet somehow, they change everything. Today, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine that somewhere, someone has begun to see you differently. Not because you changed who you are. Not because you became someone else. But because a beautiful truth about you has finally become impossible to ignore. And that truth is far more powerful than you realize. Stay with me, because this message unfolds one piece at a time, and every piece matters. For a long time, you may have wondered whether your kindness was noticed. You may have wondered whether your patience meant anything. You may have questioned whether the quiet efforts you make each day are seen by anyone at all. The answer may surprise you. Because what has captured attention is not something loud. It is not something dramatic. It is not something that can be measured by status, appearance, or achievement. It is something much deeper. Something rare. Something unforgettable. There is a light within you that remains steady even when life becomes uncertain. Many people lose their direction when challenges appear. Many people become hardened after disappointment. Many people stop believing in goodness after experiencing hardship. Yet somehow, despite everything you have faced, a part of your heart has remained genuine. That is the beautiful truth. And that truth carries more power than you know. Think about the people who enter a room and immediately draw attention. Often, their presence is temporary. People notice them for a moment and then move on. But there are others whose impact grows stronger over time. People who leave a lasting impression. People whose value becomes clearer with every conversation. People whose character speaks long after words are forgotten. You belong to that second group. That is why this moment matters. Because someone is beginning to recognize what makes you extraordinary. Not the version of you that the world expects. The real version. The authentic version. The version that continues showing compassion when it would be easier to walk away. The version that continues believing when doubt tries to take over. The version that continues moving forward one step at a time. That version has captured attention. And the reason is simple. Genuine hearts are rare. Authentic souls are rare. People who remain true to themselves are rare. When someone encounters that kind of energy, they cannot easily forget it. Perhaps you do not see yourself the way others do. Perhaps you focus on your flaws. Perhaps you focus on the mistakes you have made. Perhaps you focus on the opportunities you missed. But what if those are not the things that define you? What if the qualities that matter most are the ones you overlook every day? What if your greatest strength is something you have always considered ordinary? Take a moment and think about that. Because sometimes the most beautiful parts of a person are the parts they never think to celebrate. Your ability to listen. Your ability to care. Your ability to understand what others are feeling. Your ability to remain kind even when kindness is not returned. These things matter. More than you know. And someone is beginning to realize exactly how special those qualities are. The remarkable part is that this realization did not happen overnight. It grew quietly. One observation at a time. One realization at a time. One moment at a time. Like the sunrise slowly filling the horizon with light. At first, the change was almost impossible to notice. But now it is becoming impossible to ignore. That is why this message is important. Because there are seasons in life when we feel unseen. There are seasons when we wonder whether our efforts make any difference. There are seasons when we question our value. Yet often, those are the exact moments when something meaningful is taking shape behind the scenes. Something greater than we can currently see. And perhaps that is what is happening now. Perhaps the qualities you thought went unnoticed have been noticed all along. Perhaps the kindness you thought was forgotten has been remembered. Perhaps the strength you thought nobody recognized has inspired someone more than you realize. If that thought surprises you, hold on to it. Because this is only the beginning. The beautiful truth about you is not a secret anymore. It is becoming visible. And the more visible it becomes, the more impossible it becomes to ignore. So as this message comes to a close, carry this thought with you. You do not need to become someone else to be worthy. You do not need to pretend. You do not need to chase validation. The qualities that make you special already exist within you. The compassion. The resilience. The sincerity. The warmth. The hope. Those qualities have value. Those qualities have meaning. And those qualities have the power to leave a lasting impression on the people who encounter them. The story is still unfolding. The realization is still growing. And what comes next may reveal even more about why this beautiful truth has become impossible to overlook. Stay close. Because the next chapter uncovers something even deeper. A quiet realization has begun to grow, and this part of the story may be the one that changes everything. For a long time, you may have believed that the most important things about you were invisible. You may have thought that your efforts, your loyalty, your kindness, and your genuine heart were things that people rarely noticed. But something remarkable has happened. A beautiful truth about you has begun to shine so brightly that it can no longer remain hidden. Stay till the end, because every word in this message is leading toward a revelation that may leave you looking at yourself differently. There is something unique about the way you move through life. Even when circumstances are difficult, you continue forward. Even when nobody applauds your efforts, you keep showing up. Even when challenges appear unexpectedly, you continue carrying hope. That quality is rare. Many people are impressed by confidence. Many people are attracted to success. Many people notice what is loud and obvious. But the truth that has captured attention is not something loud. It is your quiet strength. It is the way you continue believing in goodness. It is the way you continue caring. It is the way you continue choosing kindness when the easier path would be indifference. That truth has become impossible to overlook. And here is what makes this so extraordinary. The more someone discovers about your heart, the more they realize that there is far more depth within you than they first imagined. At first, they noticed your presence. Then they noticed your energy. Then they noticed your character. And now they are noticing something even deeper. They are noticing the consistency of who you are. In a world where so many people wear masks, you remain authentic. In a world where so many people change depending on who is watching, you remain genuine. That authenticity creates an impact far greater than you realize. Something huge is waiting for you in this message, so keep listening carefully. Imagine someone slowly putting together pieces of a puzzle. At first, the picture is unclear. Then one piece connects to another. Then another. And suddenly the entire image becomes visible. That is exactly what is happening. The beautiful truth about you is becoming clearer and clearer. Every observation reveals something new. Every realization adds another piece. Every moment strengthens the picture. And what that picture reveals is remarkable. It reveals a person who has overcome more than most people know. It reveals a person who continues giving despite experiencing disappointment. It reveals a person who continues believing despite facing uncertainty. It reveals a person whose value cannot be measured by temporary circumstances. That realization is powerful. Stay till the end because the next part is where everything becomes even more meaningful. There are people who leave an impression because of what they have. Then there are people who leave an impression because of who they are. You belong to the second group. And that is why this truth carries so much weight. Because possessions can change. Situations can change. Appearances can change. But character remains. And your character is creating an impact that continues growing. What is especially surprising is that you may not even be aware of it. You may think your ordinary actions are just ordinary actions. You may think your kindness is simply kindness. You may think your patience is simply patience. But those qualities are becoming impossible to ignore. Every small act has been adding to a much larger story. Every choice has been revealing who you truly are. Every moment has been building a picture of someone far more remarkable than they realize. Take a moment and think about that. How often do people underestimate themselves? How often do people focus only on their weaknesses? How often do people overlook their greatest strengths because those strengths feel natural? The answer is almost every day. And perhaps you have done the same. Perhaps you have spent more time noticing what you lack than appreciating what you already possess. Perhaps you have spent more time questioning yourself than recognizing your worth. Yet the truth remains unchanged. You are far more valuable than you sometimes believe. You are far more impactful than you realize. And the beautiful truth that has captured attention is connected directly to that reality. Something huge is waiting for you, because this realization continues to unfold. The most unforgettable people are rarely the loudest. They are the people who make others feel understood. They are the people who bring warmth into difficult moments. They are the people whose presence creates comfort. They are the people who inspire trust without even trying. That is what makes this story so special. Because the truth being discovered is not about perfection. It is about authenticity. It is about sincerity. It is about the rare qualities that cannot be manufactured. And those qualities have become impossible to ignore. The more this truth is recognized, the stronger its impact becomes. The more it is understood, the more meaningful it becomes. The more it is appreciated, the more unforgettable it becomes. That is why this chapter matters. Because it marks the moment when admiration begins transforming into something deeper. Not because of appearances. Not because of circumstances. But because of who you truly are. And that realization carries tremendous power. As this part comes to a close, remember this. The qualities you sometimes overlook may be the very qualities that others value most. The kindness you consider ordinary may be extraordinary. The strength you consider normal may be inspiring. The authenticity you take for granted may be unforgettable. And the beautiful truth that has captured attention is only becoming clearer with time. The next chapter reveals why this realization has become so powerful, and why the story surrounding you is far from complete. Stay close. The most meaningful revelation has not arrived yet. A remarkable discovery is unfolding, and what comes next may be the most meaningful part of this journey so far. Take a deep breath and listen carefully. Not because something dramatic is about to happen. Not because a mystery is about to be solved. But because a beautiful truth about you is becoming clearer than ever before. And the deeper this truth is understood, the more powerful it becomes. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you in the final moments of this chapter. There is a reason some people leave a lasting mark on the hearts of others. It is not always because they are the loudest. It is not always because they are the most successful. It is not always because they stand at the center of attention. Often, it is because they possess something that cannot be copied. Something real. Something genuine. Something unforgettable. And that is exactly what is being recognized about you. The truth is that your value has never depended on outside approval. Your worth has never depended on recognition. Your importance has never depended on applause. The beautiful truth is that who you are has always been enough. And that realization is beginning to shine brighter than ever. Think about a lighthouse standing beside the ocean. It does not chase ships. It does not demand attention. It simply shines. And because it shines, people notice. Because it shines, people remember. Because it shines, it guides others through uncertainty. Your heart carries a similar quality. You may not always see it. You may not always recognize it. But others can feel it. They can sense the warmth. They can sense the authenticity. They can sense the kindness that comes naturally to you. And that is why this story continues growing stronger. The more your true nature becomes visible, the more impossible it becomes to overlook. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. One of the most surprising things about life is that people often underestimate the impact they have on others. A simple conversation can change someone's day. A moment of encouragement can stay in someone's memory for years. A small act of kindness can create a ripple effect far beyond what anyone imagines. You may not realize how many positive impressions you have left behind. You may not realize how many people remember your words. You may not realize how many people admire qualities within you that you rarely think about. Yet those impressions exist. Those memories exist. Those moments matter. And they have all contributed to this growing realization. The beautiful truth about you is not based on a single moment. It is based on countless moments. Moments when you chose understanding. Moments when you chose patience. Moments when you chose hope. Moments when you chose kindness. Each one became part of a much larger picture. And now that picture is becoming impossible to ignore. The fascinating part is that your greatest strength may not be what you think it is. You may believe your greatest strength is determination, or intelligence, or resilience. And those qualities are certainly valuable. But there is something even deeper. Something even more meaningful. Your greatest strength may be your ability to remain true to yourself. In a world filled with pressure to become someone else, you continue being you. That is rare. That is powerful. And that is unforgettable. Stay till the end because the next realization may surprise you. Sometimes people spend years searching for qualities they already possess. They search for confidence. They search for peace. They search for purpose. They search for meaning. Yet many of those things begin with accepting who they truly are. And perhaps that is one of the lessons hidden within this message. You do not need to become someone different. You do not need to prove your worth. You do not need to earn your value. The beautiful truth that has captured attention already exists within you. It has always existed. And now it is finally being seen more clearly. Imagine someone slowly turning up the brightness on a light. At first, only a small portion becomes visible. Then more. Then more. Until the entire room is illuminated. That is exactly what is happening. The qualities that make you special are becoming more visible. The strengths you overlook are becoming easier to recognize. The beauty within your character is becoming impossible to ignore. And every new realization adds even more meaning to the story. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this chapter is leading toward an important understanding. The most memorable people are not necessarily the people who seek attention. They are the people who make others feel valued. They are the people who create comfort. They are the people who inspire trust. They are the people whose presence brings peace. Those qualities create lasting impressions. And those qualities are part of the beautiful truth being revealed. Perhaps that is why this message feels so significant. Because it is not focused on temporary things. It is focused on lasting things. Character. Integrity. Compassion. Authenticity. These are the qualities that continue growing more valuable with time. These are the qualities that leave lasting memories. These are the qualities that truly matter. And those qualities are becoming impossible to overlook. As this chapter begins to close, remember this. You are not defined by your doubts. You are not defined by your fears. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are defined by the choices you continue making every day. You are defined by the kindness you share. You are defined by the strength you carry. You are defined by the light you bring into the lives of others. And that light is far brighter than you realize. The beautiful truth about you continues to unfold. The story continues to deepen. And the next chapter reveals why this realization is creating an impact far greater than anyone expected. Stay close. The most unforgettable revelation is still ahead.